evening. We're back. The handsome three are in today. We've got no Ash because he's crying hello this time because Newcastle just got spanked in Dortmund. But yeah, we're back. And how are we?
Yeah, not bad. Cheers.
All good, mate. Yeah, cheers. You?
Good. Yeah, I'm all right. We had an all right result on the weekend. We'll get into that. But before we do that, we'll have a look at Ash's scores, what he's put up for us. I've already seen one mistake, so let's see if you pick it out. And yes, Ash, spanked.
Oh, well, Andy, yeah. Andy's been given red.
Yeah.
Andy's been given red for one. That wasn't the one that I saw.
Okay.
But yeah, early kickoff. Big Neil Mopai bagging again. Love it.
First goal in 14 months, they said. So, yeah.
Ironically, his last goal was against West Ham.
God.
Royce Palace, nice little 2-0. And perfect score for Ash. Before the game, we would have taken it. But at the same time, it's just annoying. Like, no disrespect to Brighton, but we'll get on to that one. And I feel like I need an extra point just for the balls in the 6 goals. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not allowed it. But this was the mistake. So, 2-1. Look at this. Come on.
Right.
Sort it out. Sort it out.
You'll take it?
I will take it.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've got the score for the point. And none of us got this one right.
No.
Yesterday.
All that one. Rubbish.
Not a good day at all.
Rubbish.
Again,
Go on, Luton.
None of us got this one. And then last night, which was just an absolute, apparently, game of the season, which none of us have seen. But league table.
Ooh.
A little bit of distance now.
Okay.
A little bit of distance.
The thing is, though, is this actually correct?
I don't know. We'll have to.
Andy, it's correct, mate. I'm top. We're not going back. That is what it is. So shut up.
What recount? Right? What recount?
Yeah. Ash is Mars grade, isn't he?
The league table. Again, doesn't really matter. It's only been 11 games, but it's what it is. It's what it is. But we'll start with last night anyway. So I've seen the highlights. I know you are, Crippy. Yeah. Have you seen anything, Andy, or not?
No, I was at work, so I sort of watched it on my phone, the updates, but I've not seen anything live now.
Yeah, well, it just seemed like an absolute mental game.
Yeah, so, amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, go on, Crippy. What do you want
to? Tottenham and Chelsea. People forget that those two do have bad blood, even though Chelsea's rivalry is more like West Ham because of the history and stuff. But Tottenham and Chelsea's always got red cards and always got a bit of violence about it. And in this game was no different. Tottenham were fired out, throwing themselves into tackles. Obviously, we'll talk about some of the tackles that weren't given fouls and stuff. But it was a really fiery game. Weird because Chelsea didn't have a lot but pride to play for. So it's kind of weird that it felt like one of those old derbies of the past. But hell of a game to watch. All right, Kev. All right, Jack. All right, Ash. Hello, everybody.
I mean, the first Udogie tackle, he got a yellow card. Obviously, they're asking for a red. Have you seen any of that one, Andy, or not?
Yeah, I saw the first tackle. I see it on.
2-4. So,
I see it on Twitter. Yeah.
What are we all saying? Is it a red card, a yellow, orange? Because that's what VAR do, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Seen them given.
Yeah. Won't be no complaints if it was a red.
No, I don't think so. I think the only thing he's got away with is that he's not actually hitting. Like he's Do you know what I mean? If he takes his foot, you can't complain at all. But like I said, if
Sterling wasn't, he skipped out the way.
Even a red either way, still. But Romero got away with just kicking someone, and they said it was because he was just being petulant. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous.
Okay, no, I remember that. Let's remember that then when you said
ridiculous.
that. Yeah, let's remember that when it happens again.
So when someone else does that,
hot kettle, Mr. Kenny. Where are you? Where are you, mate? Get in here.
What was I saying? But yeah, no. So Romero kicked out at someone, and VAR looked at it and was like, "Yeah, no, it's fine." Oh, it was Colwell, weren't it? And then, well, he went and just who did he foul in the box now?
I can't remember, but he just fancied getting himself sent off, didn't he?
Just
Like,
stupid,
I think
just crazy.
three awful tackles. He was at it all game. I'd say he was pumped up. There were a few of the Tottenham players that were really throwing themselves about. You know, felt like some real bad blood in this game. Obviously, that's what cost them in the end.
Yeah. Well, I spoke to one of the lads at work, and he said Tottenham's tactics once the red cards went was just ridiculous. It was play 7 on the halfway line and just hope.
Yeah.
And it was like playing FIFA, he said. It was like Chelsea would just break through, and it was 2v1 and just pass it across, and Jackson's there. Thank you very much. Nice for hat trick.
It's annoying because Andrew will be like, "Oh yeah, we had 9 men, we couldn't possibly win." But it's like, yeah, but you literally played the worst way to try and get something out of the game. But I said camping on the halfway line, so you can just smash the ball in behind, and Chelsea have got 30, 40 yards to run, and then they've just got tap-ins every time. You can just cut the ball back, tap in. And it's like, how many times are you going to do that before you realise that your own decision-making is kind of, you're throwing away goals quite easily here? I know it's tough to win with 9 players, of course it is, but it did also feel that they just pressed the, sort of suicide button and just thought, oh, let's just give up on this and let's go hell to the leather because this is the way we play. It seemed really dumb.
I mean, it didn't make any sense because Tottenham played Liverpool like a couple of weeks ago and they had 9 men. And do you know what I mean? They ended up with 9 men, Liverpool, didn't they? I swear they did.
Yeah, there was one late on, one there. I think there's another red card late on.
They only conceded literally like the last minutes. I'm not saying like you just need to sit all men behind the ball, but common sense, come on.
Yeah. Try not to give them so many yards to run into behind.
Down to game management again, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But then on Saturday night, was a bit of VAR, and Ash wants me to put this up, so I'm going to do it for him. So yeah, obviously we've seen his statement, and we've had a little chat about it. But what do we reckon? Are you in agreement, or is he, a bit over the top?
Well, to be fair with Arteta, he does win anyway. He's always on the sidelines doing gesturing for people to get yellow cards and red cards and stuff all the time. At the end of the day, everyone gets bad results or bad decisions against you. And like you say there, just fucking whinging. Just get on with it. You're not going to change anything. Nothing's going to change. I know it's bad decisions, but just get on with it. Everyone gets them.
Yeah, I mean,
he said before that he was like, oh yeah, I've got to trust VAR. They make mistakes sometimes, but they're good, good referees. That was like a month ago. And now he's like completely turned because he's gone against his own team. Now he cares about it. So
it was after the Liverpool game. He was like, "Well, they happen. Mistakes will happen." But now, obviously, mistakes happen to him. I mean, I said like, I'm glad he's called them out, but I haven't looked at the decisions he's complaining about. Obviously, we'll get onto the goal that probably shouldn't have been a goal or should have been a goal, but it's just annoying. Like I've been saying, and Andy said, the amount of decisions we've had in the past couple of seasons, we've had more apologies than we've had anything given. Do you know what I mean? But the second it happens to a big Sky 6, it's like, oh my God, the world needs to stop. And we all need to just bow down to them. And it's embarrassing, really.
That's what made me the most angry, is that when this happens to like a team at Wolves or whatever, it doesn't make headlines for more than half an hour on Twitter. That's it. But like I said, we're still talking this days later because Arsenal put out a statement about it, backing up Arteta, and it's just like, oh yeah, you think you're really robbed? Let's go. Let's do the go into the vault then, shall we? So we see how all the big teams get the decisions because referees say they're intimidated going to these big stadiums or whatever. They've said this when they retire. They get intimidated by the fans. They get intimidated by the players. Arsenal had a reputation in the early 2000s for being quite a fiery team, didn't they? And always putting pressure on the referees to make decisions. Man United the same. So they've got no right at all saying about referees and pressure and all that kind of stuff because they got away with it for about a decade using their sort of clout to get one over on officials. So that really did piss me off.
Yeah. It is annoying. So the there was 2 red card potential red cards. Sorry. So Havertz had a little late tackling on Dan Burn. Andy, do you reckon red card, yellow card? Did you see it?
I don't think I saw that one. No.
Grippy, did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
I feel like I'm going to upset some people if I give my opinion.
Well, I thought you could go for it. They only couldn't because they already given them a yellow. Well, didn't they? So they kind of stitched themselves up by booking them, so they couldn't review it and change it. But I thought you could have gone for that. If that was maybe a different time in the game, you probably would have done. I honestly think it was that kind of pressure. You thought, oh, this is a bit early. And I don't know, but it felt like on another day, players would get sent off for that. It didn't look. It looked reckless, and I think he put his studs into his ankle, didn't he?
See, that was my thing. So first viewing, it looks like, wow, come on, absolute shocker. But then what I've seen is he's not actually touched him with his boot. It's the follow through, but the follow through is like he's like just not slapped, but kicked his foot, and that's what saved him. But then fast forward 10, 15 minutes, and Guimaraes has done the same thing 2 weeks in a row and just off the ball, just elbowed someone in the face. And I've looked at it, and it's like, what's the point? I understand the referee's not seen it, but that's what they're there to do. Like, check the things the referee can't always see. PSG are winning, by the way, because that's what's just happened. But yeah, it's just annoying. But then obviously the goal, it looks like the ball's out of play. We don't know if it did or it didn't. VAR apparently can't look at that because they don't have the angles. But then I think there's a foul on Joelinton. Ash doesn't think it was a foul on Joelinton. Now he's changed his mind because he's seen a different angle.
But is this the push in the back one?
Yeah, put 2 hands on. It's always a foul.
It's the thing as well, though, with these sort of challenges, if that's on the halfway line, it's a foul every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know,
the ball going out of play was funny though because they literally have the technology in place to be able to have that. Like with goal line tech, they can do that all over the pitch. They've had that idea for years, but yet I don't know why they've not done that. And then it's all electronic, so it would kill any idea of subjectivity with referees not giving it, VAR not giving it, and it's like no, it's electronic, so we can be clear and precise about that rule. So that was a weird one.
It's like the ball over the line one. It was in the World Cup. Was it Japan or South Korea or something?
Japan versus Germany, wasn't it?
Because I remember straight away putting in the group chat, like, look at the state of this, that they've let the goal go and the ball looked like it was a yard over the line, but when they showed the camera from above, it was actually still in. So, like I say, it's just different angles, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But this is the thing, like we keep saying, like we've got the technology to use, but for some reason we just don't want to do it. Because I've seen it was beIN Sports, it's Andy Gray and Richard Keys. Saying, so this is the picture we've got, and Andy Gray goes, let's have a look at it. Oh, Milano scored. What a game this is. He's like, this is the picture we've got. That line looks a bit too thick for me. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
And then Gary Neville did his little piece to camera last night. It's like, well, if we put the ball here, it looks out of play. But we put the ball here, it's out of play. But we put the camera here, it's in play. All right, we get it. We don't need to keep going on about it now.
Yeah.
Do you think going forward, because they've got goal line technology, do you think they should have it across all the way across the line from corner flag to corner flag?
I think they'll have to.
Because they're going to have to at some stage. But then it's how is it going to, from like end to end, how is that going to work? Do you know what I mean? That's the problem there. Like goalpost to corner flag, I can understand, but
it should be the contact.
Is it going out for a throw in or what?
If the contact of the ball is beyond the white line, that should be out of play. I don't agree that it should be if the ball's overlapping the line, the widest bit of the ball. That doesn't make sense to me. If the ball bounces and all the contact of the ball is made is off away from the white line, I don't know how that shouldn't be out of play. Because in any game, if you're calling the flag, you'd always say, that's out. You'd always go the benefit of the doubt to say it's out, wouldn't you? So I think that's what the electronic ball or the technology would do. Those would then be out. You wouldn't have this situation of, well, the ball technically bounced out, but because the fattest part of the ball was still touching the line or that kind of thing. So I'd be interested to see how they go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to bring it up, Crippy, but we're going to talk about Villa now. Obviously, I didn't watch it because I completely forgot they were playing too far. But what happened?
We weren't very good. Forest had our number, to be honest. They knew what they were. They knew how we play. They were making sure that Watkins wasn't able to run into space, and they were quite effective getting balls into the box. We weren't. It's one of those bad days at the races, but Forest are good at home as well. So they're unbeaten at home. I had a little gander at them, and I think I said a couple of months ago, whatever, that Forest are one of those teams where like they're not a walkover. They've got enough in that team so they can spring a few surprises, and they were pretty good against us. We looked out of ideas. We didn't have many good chances at all, and even though we had all the ball and we had more shots technically, but it was only because Forest was sitting back. So any Villa fan that's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we got robbed," we really didn't. It was that Forest got a goal, and when they got the goal, they sat on it. They were happy to sit on it. We had no answer. We don't know how to play when teams do that because we thrive on teams being bold, pushing up, because then we can get Watkins on the break. And obviously we've got Diaby on the break as well. But Forest were very smart. They just made sure we didn't have that space to run into, and we weren't smart enough to carve them open. We only had really half chances from Watkins, and Diaby had like one effort in the box that was real tame. So no complaints about the result. Hopefully, I hope it's just a blip and not anything serious.
So Forest are 7 points clear of the relegation zone now. Are we reckon they're safe to staying up? I know, okay, we've played 11 games, but
I think it's the same as last season with Everton. There's just teams below them who are worse. Do you know what I mean? The bottom three is just atrocious in it. So I think you and Forest and that'll be all right this year. I think the bottom three will be what it is now.
I think fair play to Forest. Like we all laughed when they had bought 30 odd players, but they've not only they're doing well obviously with Steve Cooper. They kept him in charge, kept the faith. They can play. They can legitimately play. They've kind of got the team is a bit more settled now. They look the real deal. So I think Forest, I think, will stay clear of the bottom three and probably bottom 4 or 5. Being 7 points clear with this amount of games to go is good for them. But they only need 7, 8 more wins, and that should be enough. Maybe even 7 wins, you could say. And they've got 20 odd games to play. So yeah, they're good. The
home form will keep them up, I think.
Yeah,
it's like that with a lot of, I say, newly promoted teams or difficult places to go, like Crippy says. Like, I think you would have had more points than they have at home so far, but they just haven't, apart from us, of course. But Crippy, who do Villa play next?
We got AZ Alkmaar. I just double check. AZ Alkmaar in the Conference League, and then we got Fulham in the league afterwards. So should win both those.
And there's this question as well. I'm going to assume it's to you because you were talking about the ball being out of play and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just touch that on the line.
Now.
Yeah, I find it so weird that they don't.
Bottom three as it is now, Luton stay up. Kev thinks they will.
I had on the docket, I put down that Luton, Sheffield United got points on the weekend while Burnley played well against Palace. We'll get into that. But can any newly promoted sides stay up? Because they're all close. Like Luton, have done better, but I think Luton have got 6 points and Sheffield United have got 4, I think, and Burnley have got 4. Is that right?
Luton have got 4 points against Everton and Liverpool. Sounds about right.
Yeah. I don't know, though.
Liverpool left it late, though, didn't they? They left it late. And it was always going to be the one person that was going to score, thanks to Andy. Just want to get that one out there again.
Yeah, I jinxed it, yeah.
Arsehole. Literally, I didn't watch any football on the weekend apart from our game and watched bits of the Newcastle one. And seeing that message from Andy, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, why? Literally, pull it up on my phone and go and goes, why are you watching football? I was like, because Liverpool are getting beat. And I want to know what minute they're going to score and who it is. It's just jokes, honest to God. But apparently Darwin Núñez missed an open goal.
Yes.
Yeah, put it over, yeah. Quite close in.
Miles over as well. Honestly, it was actually impressive.
Say something, that's all. Like,
but he'll say it was offside. He'll say it was offside. It was too came to him too fast or whatever. But it was a bad miss. Anyone would, you can't deny it.
So one of my mates, a Liverpool fan, I messaged him and said, "Okay, what's going on?" And he said, "Oh, to be fair, Luton was value for it. It was actually not too bad."
Yeah, well, fair enough. All I saw was Ross Barkley having a shot and he put it over the bar. I was like, yeah, so things just don't change at all.
He set up the goal as well, Ross Barkley.
Did he?
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, nice little run through the middle. Looks, he was a funny one because there was a clip of when we played Luton, how regimented our defence was, and then Barkley standing there flat-footed, like not a clue in the world. And it shows the difference between coaching. But fair play to Barkley. He did look good against Liverpool. Looks more lively. So who knows? There might be some life left in him.
Well, I think he just wanted to impress against Liverpool, isn't it? Well, he's got that little added rivalry for himself, the little rat. But we'll go away from Premier League football for a little minute, but we'll talk about Leeds because Kev's asking. So Leeds won on Friday night at Leicester, Andy. 7 points behind Ipswich now.
Yeah.
And Kev says, "Were you happy to put your feet up?"
To be fair, it was completely perfect away performance. We dominated them for the first half. I mean, their first shot on target was last embers of the game. Their first shot on target. They hit the bar early on a breakaway. But yeah, we just set up perfectly. Played a perfect away performance. We dominated them. Got the goal. Still kept on attacking. Didn't board up. It's just a great away performance. And then obviously that was Friday night. We was hoping that Ipswich were going to lose. They was losing till late on, weren't they? Southampton got another late winner again as well. So the top 4, 5, 6 is really tight now. But yeah, I'm happy where we are. We'll just keep going about our business. We've got a few games coming up against the lower teams. We've got Plymouth, I think, and then Borough and a few of them who were down the bottom. So we should get some more points in before Christmas. If we're in the top where we are now before around Christmas time, I'll be buzzing. But yeah.
It's just that gap between you and Ipswich, and obviously Leicester ahead of them. But Ipswich has got a game in hand, which is the problem.
They're losing right now.
The thing is, we didn't start the season off well. We weren't prepared. If we'd have had all this dealt with a month earlier, we're just sort of starting the season now was where Leicester and Ipswich have started off. So it's took him a while to get his ideas across, and we've had a couple of dodgy games, but yeah, I'm quite happy with it, to be fair. And I say, it's a 3-year thing for me, as long as we go back up within 3 years. So if we can do it first time of asking, whether it's playoffs or automatic, then buzzing, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. It was 1-0, and then they literally just equalised. So, yeah.
This league's just mad. This league's just mad. There's just teams beating everyone, and it started off with some teams at the top, like Swansea was up there and stuff, and then they go on a run. Preston was up there, go on a run of losing games. They've dropped down to 12th, 13th, 14th. It's just mad. But like I say, we've played the top 2 at both at their ground and beat them. So, what's this? Nah, not in this league.
Honestly, things change so fast.
30 odd games left. You know what I mean? That's nearly 100 points to play for. So, and there was a stat the other day. It said 20. I think it was 25 points or 28 points were on, and it said that would have been top of the last 4 or 5 seasons. We would have been first. It's just because they've had a mad start. But yeah, I'm happy where we are. That'll do me.
Villa. I remember when Villa went promoted, we had a mad run where we went like 12 games on the bounce winning or something crazy like that, and we were miles off it, and then we got into the playoffs that way. So in the Championship, that's what usually happens. You think a team's out of it, and then they just go on a mad run the last 3 months of the season and turn around.
Well, this is it.
And we know
this is it. Leicester and Ipswich have not had any blips really yet. They've had a couple of losses, but they've not had any blips. So everyone in that league gets a 6, 7, 8 game run where you don't get anything. So we need to make sure that we pounce on that. We pounce on that when someone does.
I think you're in a good place though, Andy, because the teams that tend to do well in that league are teams that have got a big enough squad where they can rotate and they still don't lose too much of their quality. Leeds have got a good squad in there. Some really good players. That's why Leicester have done so well. They've got some like Harry Winks. So I really rate him as a player, but to have him at that level is key for them. And they've still got a lot of the players from the Premier League. So it's just having a big squad that they can manage those games around.
Well, this is it as well. We've gone from when we was in the Premier League, bringing on 16-year-old kids and stuff, and now they're starting, and we've got players like Nonto's coming off the bench. Bamford, I mean, he's shite anyway, but he doesn't get a sniff in, and then Somerville is just absolutely playing out of his skin. We just got to make sure we get through January and keep all them players without someone sniffing around.
Fair enough. Well, I put this one up, but no, the luck will never run out, Kevin, because they are the Devil's Club. They are the spawn of the devil. And that is it. Jack won't agree, because Jack never agrees. But that's how we'll go on to that one. But one last thing from Kevin before I forget and move on to other things from Championship, because I don't know how to talk about it, never been there. But I remember it, yeah. It was a mad game.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Andy, who was your defender that tried to tackle our player?
It was.
Who was it? I can't remember.
I think it was Cooper, yeah.
Oh, that was so
Absolutely
funny.
livid.
That was so funny.
He just completely cleaned him out, and then, I say, just all hell broke loose. It was just fucking mad, wasn't it? What a mad game.
Could you, if he, just proper thought, you know what, I'm not having this, and just wiped him out, there's nothing they could have done. The referee has to go, right, well, it's a
100%.
penalty, last man.
Yeah.
But we'll go back to the Premier League, and just so Jack knows, I put the comments up this evening, so that one won't be going up. So we'll talk about Everton, who played Brighton, and according to Crippy, Brighton have fallen apart after a bright start, no winning 5.
They would, me included, we were all talking about Brighton for that top 6, and now it's like, they're not winning 5. They're kind of losing a bit of grip. Is this the start of a demise of Brighton, or just can they overcome the blip, whatever? Obviously, Liam, you can tell me how good Everton were, and I've always back Everton. So this isn't like a Brighton is shit, Everton won because Brighton, whatever. It was not that kind of thing, but it was just that Brighton have been in bad form lately, and they risk slipping too far away if they don't turn things around. So I was just thinking about them.
We started our game decent, had an early chance with Decore, then Mikalenko scored, and it was like, okay, this is the game plan. And then the second half, I feel like we should have had a penalty on Calvert-Lewin. Was looked at, but not really looked at, which is a bit annoying. And second half, I could tell what was happening. The game plan for Brighton was just obviously hold the ball. And our game plan was just break on the counter with Decore and Calvert-Lewin. And it was working, but then they were just dead on the feet after 60 minutes. It was like, just make some subs. Come on, make some subs. All he kept doing is getting the ball out to Matoma. The second he got it, James Garner was on him like a rash, and he was just nullifying it. And the goal came from obviously Matoma, but Ashley Young fell asleep. He let him go one-on-one with Harrison.
Yeah.
Went past him a little bit too easy. And then a cross just hit Ashley Young's knee and just went over Pickford, and it was just what it was. I thought we were going to lose it later on, not going to lie, but held on to a point. Say held on, like they didn't really do anything. So it was the first time I've had a look. In about 20-25 games, Brighton have had under 10 shots. Which, fair enough, I'll take it. Because people are saying, oh, you must have been happy with a point before the game. I'm like, well, yes and no, because like no disrespect to Brighton, but it's Brighton and we're at home, we should be beating them. But then looking at the bigger picture, we got absolutely battered by them last season, 5-1 or 4-1. So it's progress. And I'm not Dyche's biggest fan. Start of the season, once of them gone after we got beat by Luton, but now he's got like a proper spine. It seems to be coming together, and we're actually creating chances and putting them away. But just make some subs, please. That's all I'm asking, because it's not that hard. It's just so frustrating. And I can't wait for Coleman to come back, which is mad because he's 34 years of age, but he's our best right back. Because I just don't want to see Ashley Young playing anymore. He's crap.
He got rinsed by, I can't remember who it was on the right hand side, but he just got outpaced when he was, he had plenty of room to run into. He got outpaced and tried to sort of like shove the guy into touch and still couldn't even get him. The guy literally went around him and then got a ball across. I was like, oh boy, you can't be getting done like that. And I love Ashley Young, but as you say, if you're getting done like that, it's trouble because Everton can't keep holding on for that.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that because, like I said, Kev, the Devil's Club, and one of them was Man United, so they always get it.
The thing is, with Brighton last season, they had goals from everywhere, didn't they? Matoma was scoring, Gross and that was scoring. They seem to be not creating any decent chances or scoring many goals this season.
Just dipped a bit lately, yeah.
I feel like it was going to go anywhere. It would have gone to Brighton. Like, the goal was coming. My dad didn't want to admit it, but the goal was absolutely coming. And like I said, if we conceded late on, it would have been peak Everton. But it seems to be something that we're cutting down on now, which I'm happy with. Who's next? Well, we play Palace on the weekend, so we'll go with Burnley, who got some nice little praise from Roy after the game.
Well,
turned over.
Yeah,
it just made no sense.
You know, I love Roy, but yeah, Burnley were pretty good. I felt for them in that game. They had chance after chance after chance, but just bottled it. You can see where they are, because they haven't got anyone who can consistently score. They had Jay Rodriguez up front still, and I like the guy 10 years ago, but he's never been prolific in the Premier League, and he certainly isn't the guy they need now to try and stay up. So they need something in January, because they had honestly about 7-8 good chances to score against Palace, bottled it, and then what did Palace do? Go there and score. It's just so much more efficient, because they've got players that can carve them open like a knife through butter. So Burnley were good though, so I do think they've got something about them for sure. It was just they just haven't got anyone that can put the ball in the net. There was that I think his name was Kelly Coliocho, whatever it is. He missed about 3 chances, good chances as well. Should have done better with at least one of them. So yeah, that's our biggest issue, is putting the ball in the net.
Yeah. You got anything to add, Andy? I didn't watch the game. I watched much of the day, but I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember any goals.
Yeah, I've just seen bits and bobs over the weekend, but I agree with Crip. I think Bailey needs to start getting someone who could put the ball in it, because every time I've seen them, they create half decent chances. I mean, what was it last week? Was it Charlie Taylor scored, left back scoring? So yeah, they need someone who can maybe be a target man and get him a few goals, I think.
This is the thing, obviously, company's got his philosophy of what he wants to play, and that's fair enough, but you need to be able to go, right, okay, hang on, just get the ball forward.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Everyone thinks Dyche is just launch the ball forward and win a flick on. And when you actually listen to what it says, it's like, well, yeah, it is that, but if I win the ball 20 yards from their goal, I've won the ball 20 yards from their goal. What's the point in doing all this fancy passing around and losing it 20 yards from your goal? You're going to concede, or probably going to concede. Makes no sense.
This is what Big Sam said. In games, so many goals come from the opposition making a mistake at the back, playing a bad pass out, it gets tackled, then they're already outnumbered because the opposing team is pressed or whatever. So many times you'll concede by just trying to be too smart with it. I think Burnley literally conceded from that. Their first goal was they tried to be smart, play out the back, and then Palace snatched the ball and scored from it. And it's like, you can't afford to be doing that when you're down at the bottom. So yeah, sometimes just try and play a bit higher up and put the other team under a bit more pressure.
They're all saying you're not going to score from the halfway line, are you? So you need to get it in the box. That's where you're going to create danger.
Well, talking about danger, Tanaga's in a little bit of danger still. But got away with it. Good, aren't I? Even though I am tired, I am good. But did you see the offside goal that was disallowed? The disallowed offside goal. You know what I mean? Did you hear the reasoning?
It's because Maguire made an attempt to play the ball, didn't he?
But
that's basically what it was.
What I didn't understand is they sent the referee to the monitor to go, right, you decide if he's offside. Well,
yes.
No, we've got lines for that. We've got lines for that. I just didn't understand it. But I literally got told that by a lad at work, and I was like, well, makes no sense, that.
Yeah, they said in the commentary, they just said, I think it was Joe Cole said at half-time, said, why can't somebody just make a decision? Why does he need the ref to go over and check it? Why can't VAR just say he's offside?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was because it was United and obviously the pressure he's under, but I feel like if that was one of our teams, he's offside. It's as simple as that. Black and white, he's offside.
Would have even been Jet.
No. It would have flag would have gone up straight away. But, did you think it was offside then? Do you reckon it was fair or?
Yeah, because it's Man United, so yeah, should have been sent off for it.
I thought he was on. I thought it should have been a goal. When I saw it initially, I thought I might have to watch it again if I missed something, but I thought it was fine. I thought it was level, and it's fine because McTominay that scored, wasn't it? I had no issue with the goal. I didn't understand why they were looking at it for multiple reasons, trying to get have it disallowed it. So that baffled me.
I think it was Maguire was offside because he tried to volley the ball in before Garnacho cut it back.
So making the movement was enough for him to be interfering.
Yeah, he tried to make contact.
If Maguire wasn't there, the defender's probably going, right, well, he's not going to touch the ball, so I can clear it. Which I understand that, but just say it then. Don't give us the absolute bollocks description they gave us. I forgot what I was going to say now, but I'll pop this up. I can't stand him, and he's just a fucking baby, isn't he? Roy Keane was on the button the other week. Roy Keane was on the button the other week. But,
if there was ever a face in football, you want to slap, it's his.
For sure, he's got that whingy face that Ronaldo used to have, didn't he, when he was a kid in the Premier League? Yeah. Always looks like he's crying. But Keane was spot on. He said when United are losing, Fernandes deliberately runs around twice as much to make it look like he's the one who's giving it everything for the cause when he's not. Yeah. It's just an act.
I'm going to put in like a late tackle, just trying to get the crowd up. He's a dirty little bastard. I hate him. But the thing is, he's ugly as well. Like, it's just. He's so winning, do you know what I mean? Like, you have all that ability, and you're a whining little person, and just teeth like donkey off Shrek. I mean, just because we've got a little bit of time, who do you reckon your worst captain is, or one of the worst standing captains you've had, if you can think off the top of your head?
Oh my
God! I'll tell you mine. Ashley Williams, absolute waste of space. He
should have been good though. He should have been good at Everton, but he was bollocks.
Time for 12 million, and he was absolutely terrible. Instead, he was fighting with. Oh no, he wasn't fighting. Played Lyon like the Europa League, and one of the fans started fighting with a Lyon player with his kid in his hand. But that's all I remember of Ashley Young being captain. That's what I remember. It was very, very dark times. Right face. Yeah, it's got a bit of right face. But have you got a captain you can think of, or not?
I can't think of one because we've had Cooper for about 15 years, so that's as bad as anything.
I'm torn. It will be the Lambert era for sure. Like maybe Delph in a way, because Delph was our captain, and then he snaked us something to Man City. But he was good for a while before he did all that. We had a few. We just didn't have any leaders at that point, so we were pretty garbage.
Okay. Well, another team that has been garbage. I'm doing that. West Ham, no 1-4. Absolutely bottled it. And I mean, Kuda scored an absolute belter of a goal. I will add that one in.
He's good.
Yeah, well, if you concede to Neil Maupay, you deserve everything you get. One of the worst footballers I've ever seen. So bad. Like last week when he played Chelsea and he was running with the ball, it was just laughing. I'm just laughing watching it because it's like he's not even going to score. He's either going to fall over or do something stupid. He's that bad.
He's championship level, isn't he? Really, Maupay. I think he'd be a good championship player. I just don't think he's cut for Premier League defences. He just never seems to get like an opening, and then he doesn't tuck his chances away. I legitimately don't think he's good enough for the league in that regard. He just isn't good. He just doesn't.
The thing is, what made me laugh, I seen a TikTok of an American reacting to the commentary for his goal. And obviously the comments like, "It's his first goal in 14 months." He's like, 14 months? Where's he been? Has he been injured? Is he a kid? What? It's like, oh, he was just rubbish. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's that then. But he's crap, isn't he? Man City spanked Bournemouth like Newcastle got spanked tonight. Just want to throw that one in. But Grealish was an unused sub, and Oscar Bob came on ahead of him.
Got an assist as well, did he, Oscar Bob?
He did, yeah.
But quickly reckon they got a bit of an issue.
That's got to be a message, hasn't it? Grealish stays on the bench. He brings on Bob ahead of Grealish. And he even spoke about Grealish after the game and was like, "Oh no, I like players being angry they're not playing." It's like, yeah, but you said this about Cancelo. It's like I reckon there's something going on there.
See, my only defense for him is the game was done at half time. Like, he didn't really need to risk anyone coming on for an injury. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what he could have said. It was like, well, without being rude to Bournemouth, the game was done. We were comfortable. Like, they took Haaland off at half time because of the risk of an injury. But
my triple captain.
Doku's just different gravy, isn't he? He's really good.
He's again, I love Grealish, but he's Grealish with a better end product in terms of Grealish didn't drive into the box like Doku does. Doku's just a live
so direct.
He's so direct. And he'll just whip that ball in, whereas Grealish is more of a patient player, where he'll take his time to play that pass. He doesn't rack up the assists with Man City because the way he's told to play, be a bit more patient with his passing. But Doku looks a hell of a player. Really looks fantastic. Can't see Grealish getting in for a while when it's like that.
I've completely ignored Kevin. I am sorry, Kevin. I'm not lying. I'm very tired. But was Ayling captain or not?
He has been captain before when Cooper's injured, but Ayling doesn't really get a game no more.
Right.
Yeah, he don't really get a game no more.
It'd be even more annoying if he played for Liverpool, Kev, I'm not gonna lie.
The thing is, I didn't used to like him when he played for Villa, but I don't mind him now he plays for City.
I do. I still love Grealish, but I understand why people find him frustrating to watch because it was like that at Villa as well. He'd get so much of the ball and then he does slow the tempo down. But the thing is, he was so good that when he did play the ball in, it was normally an assist when he was at Villa. At Man City, he just hasn't been as prolific. He obviously had a good last season, but he didn't seem the right fit for Man City, did he, when they signed him? He seemed to be a kind of different player to what they
I think it's just the fact of the amount of... I think it's the amount of fouls that he attracts and just goes over all the time, what used to annoy me. I just think, just fucking get up and play the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like I was saying, City, they just buy anyone that they can and they hope that no one else can. Like, Calvin Phillips is a prime example, wasn't it?
Yeah. 50 minutes again for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about some foreign leagues now because not much else to talk about. Harry Kane, 17 goals, 7 assists in 14 games, and a hat-trick against Dortmund, who, if you didn't know, beat Newcastle tonight.
What was the score?
Was it 2-0, I think. But yeah, he's living life in Germany, isn't he?
He
Can't
is.
speak it like
that.
He can't speak English.
I've just seen this message from Jack before. Anyone know the other results in the Champions League? I think
no.
Newcastle got beat, but I'm not. All right, they must have because Ash is 10. Well, you know what, Ash? This is your own fault for not turning on. Rather, like if you were here, none of this would be happening. But
it still would.
And I don't want to say I told you so, but I did say Newcastle away from home in the Champions League. That's going to be the big test. Just saying. Yep. Sorry, Ash. It's tough. Winning in Dortmund is tough, especially when you're still.
No, it's always going to be tough. Let's be honest. Like it's not easy. But again, I've not watched the game, so I don't know how good Dortmund were, how bad Newcastle were. If it was 2 deflected goals or whatever it was, like, but. I'm not clicking that link. Sorry, I don't know who you are.
They're in danger though, Newcastle, because they're third now. They've got 4 points with 2 games to go. They're going to have to win both, get that 10 points to go, because Paris Saint-Germain,
and PSG away, aren't they? And it's 1-1 at the moment.
They're not winning in France, I don't think. I can't see them winning that one. That's going to be the tough one.
So I want to get the violin ready before I press play, before I put this up. Don't worry, Kev. We'll get on to our prediction soon, so you can keep that one there. All right.
Save that one.
Well, you might be Ash, so don't worry about it.
Might have no choice.
Yeah.
I don't know why I turned on him. I got no beef with that at all. I just turned on him for no reason. Sorry, mate.
But so the other fella that is on the list is Bellingham, 13 goals, 3 assists in 14 games at Madrid. And another player at Madrid who I've seen this morning, Camavinga, signed a new deal. I've seen his release clause.
I like him.
1 billion.
How much is it? God almighty.
1 billion. But yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I know obviously they have to put something there, but come on, at least be sensible.
Sorry, mate.
I'm getting bashed up right now. Love it, guys. Absolutely love it. Oh god. The only thing that's left on here is the Daily Fail of saying that apparently we're looking to honour Bill Kenwright by naming the South Stand after him. There's absolutely no chance that is happening. No chance. And all I've seen was some Facebook forum or group, and some fella put it in, and he was just getting dogs abuse. He was like, well, if you don't want your ticket, I'll have yours, or come on, give him some respect. He's just died. It's like, oh, all right, fair enough. But then there's other people saying, what they're going to call it? We had some good times stand, or I lied to you stand, or if you're not a proper Evertonian, this and that. It was just absolutely turning into each other. It was funny. So that is what I wanted to put on there.
Could it get renamed though? Because we obviously had the Doug Ellis stand, and Kenwright was obviously long-term Everton servant.
Oh, a bit late. We've spoken about Newcastle. I know they just lost tonight, so it's a sensitive subject at the moment. But yeah, no. So we've got the Gladys Street and the Park End, and they've been renamed to the Sir Philip Carter Park End and Howard Kendall Gladys Street, but they're still known as the Park End and Gladys Street.
Yeah.
Kevin, if you was just banked, that's up to you. It's like I didn't make this up, mate. Like if you just think right, apparently Newcastle got spanked, but I don't know. Oh, right. Well, we'll go on to some predictions for the weekend because I feel like I'm going to get something thrown through the window soon. But predictions. On his way. That's why he's on quiet. So Saturday, we'll talk through these. Wolves Spurs. We've all gone for a Spurs win to bounce back. But one thing I didn't realise when I did this is that Madden's now injured, and so is centre back. So yeah, I'll stick with 2-1. Right. Yeah, I don't know how bad they are, like, but it's what it is.
Also, will they not have Romero? Did he get sent off?
Romero? Yeah, sent off. So
straight red.
Two centre backs out, right back out, Maddison out. Hey, it's time for Richarlison. Time for the Richarlison.
He's having surgery, isn't he, Richarlison?
Oh, is he? Oh.
He's having surgery on his pelvic bone or something, or a pubic bone or something. He said on Sky Sports earlier.
Yeah, you're right.
What?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I see that as well.
All right. Okay. Well,
yeah, that's legit.
Well, I've gone for an Arsenal bashing of Burnley. I feel like this is the game. If they want to start trying to play football, this is not the one they want to do it in. So, obviously, let me put this one back up. I was going to be kind and say 3-0, but now I'm going to go with 6. What have I done?
Bloody hell.
What have I done?
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ, what have I done to deserve that?
Jeez.
I've even said that Newcastle... Oh, well, they're going to get a draw. Yeah. So, anyway, I've gone for a 2-1 win at Palace. I don't know why. I feel like we're just going to... We play well when we're...
You've got to back your own team.
Yeah, you do.
Always back us, but we're playing well away from home at the moment. And Palace... I don't know. It's just a weird team that we always play. If we're going to win, it'll be 2-1. That's what I'm going for. But neither of you have gone for an Everton win. All of you have gone for a draw, apart from Ash, which I've just realised.
I'd say me putting a draw is quite respectful because I love Palace. So that's
I'm not
quite
gonna
nice
lie,
of
I
you,
was
Liam.
expecting
Remember that, mate.
Palace. So
Exactly, remember that.
Ash has gone for Palace win, so you don't know. You might probably get the result now with a 1-1. United home to Luton.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was a bit harsh, but
They'll win, and it's like, oh, United are back. It's like, yeah, but it's against fucking, you're at home to Luton, mate. You should win that. No Bruno, maybe a problem.
The reason is because it's back at Bournemouth and it's Eddie Howe, isn't it? That was the only reason behind it. Nothing to do with your couple of injuries and things like that, but just back at Bournemouth. But yeah, Sunday, Villa. You're going to get back to winning ways, Crippy. You said a 2-1, like, but
got to, yeah. Fulham ain't doing too well this season, so I think we got to win. And also, our home record's better than Man City. We've won all 5 home games this season, scored 20 goals. We're killing it at Villa Park, so we better win.
So that again, you're
super frisky. We're better than Man City, yeah. 20 goals scored at home, 5 wins out of 5. So yeah, we should beat Fulham.
Brighton. So how many was it? No winning 5, and now you're going for a 3-0 win at home to Sheffield. Fair enough.
I don't respect Sheffield United, to be honest. As like,
wow,
I think they're kind of weak sauce a little bit. I know, but they're kind of, like Bournemouth as well. They just get plied by teams. They lost, was it like 8-1 to, I think I can't remember. They got hammered, didn't they? Twice.
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle and Arsenal. Yeah, they got stuck.
Liverpool, it's a standard home win now, isn't it, really? Yeah. West Ham Forest.
So Brentford have hit a little bit of form though, haven't they? They've picked up a few points over the last few games, so I don't think it'll be as easy as a smashing.
The reason I've gone for a 2-0, I reckon it's just a standard Liverpool to be winning 1-0. Brentford push people forward and Luis Diaz will score another goal and put his shirt off or something. But the big game of the weekend,
Anfield for me there.
Yeah, but the big game of the weekend, Chelsea City. So Chelsea after the 4-1 win at Tottenham, and we've all gone apart from Crippy for a Man City win. So yeah, nice.
I was going to put 0-0, but I thought no, there'll be goals in that.
I might regret this, giving Chelsea too much credit, but I don't know. We'll see. They got something about them. They're weird, aren't they? Because they'll lose at home to Brentford, but then they'll do all right with the Tottenham and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be a close game. It is. I mean, I'd be
depends who he picks as well, doesn't it?
Poch loves these kind of games, though. Proper tactical battle with the top manager. He kind of prefers that because he knows Chelsea don't need to open themselves up too much. They could take a draw. They'll be happy with that as long as they can just keep Man City quiet in the dangerous third. That kind of thing. So I think Chelsea might have something about them to do that.
Yeah. Well, it all depends if how bad Haaland's injury is or if he's injured. But I just want to say I'll love it if Newcastle get back to just don't get spanked on the weekend. That's all I'm saying. I'd love it. But yeah, have you guys got anything else to add? Anything to talk about? No? Okay.
No, that's good.
Well, Kev, any questions? Ash, if you're still there, if you're not crying, any questions?
Ash is on his way to your house for half a break.
Yeah, he's in a legitimate bad mood, I think.
Chelsea come through the back door. I think Ash is trying to come through my back door. The one that over there, not that one. I mean, I said at the start of the season, Chelsea, I reckon, will get some European places because they've got nothing else to aim for. But obviously, time will tell.
The thing is, I think they're going to have to add it because if you have 2 seasons out of Europe, that's a massive fail for 2 seasons out.
Would be absolutely,
yeah.
Financially, they'd be ruined.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're getting a 12-point deduction for nothing, Chelsea's is going to be even worse.
Because they're spending based on the fact they'll be back in Europe. Yeah, they're doing it long term, but the money doesn't just come from nowhere. They have to account for that. And accounting for that means getting into Europe and getting some of that money in from the broadcasting. So we know part of the plan has to be that Chelsea get back into Europe somehow, whether this season or whatever. Don't know if they'll get top 4 though. So I don't know if Europa League's enough for them. I don't know.
The new shirt sponsor's crap. I can't even remember what it is. Not gonna lie.
Money's green, Kev. Money's green.
It looked better without the sponsors, to be fair.
It did look smart without the sponsor.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
But that's all we've got time for. So thanks for the comments, Kev, Ash. Who else was there? Another Kev.
Jack.
Can't
forget Jack.
Evermore were in the chat, weren't they? So thanks for tuning in, and we're back next week. Are you with us, Andy?
No working next week, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, hopefully Ash is back next week if he's managed to find his way back home. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers, guys.